Well, hi. This is Dory with Boulevard Automotive Center. We are an emissions station in Western Pennsylvania. And I want to make a quick video here. I thought maybe you would find this interesting if you're another independent shop. With this whole coronavirus thing, maybe you got a little bit of downtime as an independent shop. If you're processing your state stickers in the book format and you're an independent shop and you'd really like to go electronic in a cheap way, I kind of come across I knew I could do it, but it was a matter of getting it to go correctly and getting it to work. Essentially what I took is, so we just updated our emissions machines, right? So we have the new, ESP system, doohickey, it's the latest, greatest, right, that they all made us buy. So this is the system one, it's updated, wanted to check this out. So what I've done here, so the emissions system is still freestanding. And as you know, as a shop owner, that they also took your keys. You can't access this anymore. We own the cabinet, we own the machine, but we can't have the keys to access it, God forbid. So my dilemma was, I knew how easy it would be if we just had access to the Windows operating system to be able to flip over and go and have a state inspection electronic database to use. So what I've done here is I've taken the emissions machine and I've added a KVM switch with another computer right here. So I tried to grab the smallest little Windows machine that I could. And then I put it on a splitter where if we just press this button here, boom, we flip over to the other Windows machine on the same display. At that point, you can log into whatever state inspection form or database or software or program you want to do, because this computer that you're putting on the KVM switch is yours. You can access it. It's you can use Explorer, you can use the Google, you can use Firefox. It doesn't matter, and you have access to any website that you want. So in this particular case, we wanted to try something that we would pay per sticker and charge us that service fee. So we're not spending a flat rate or a membership fee. There's a lot of software companies out there. There's a bunch of companies that do state inspection stickers as well. But having this on a switch, I can just flip back over to the emissions system, and there you go. You can run your emissions. Now, you may notice, there's always a hitch, right? You may notice that there's a white band here now. It's a display issue. It's through the KVM switch, and it's through the HD connections for the monitor. There's something that isn't jiving, but I've been running this setup since it was updated. I believe we got the machine on like a Monday, and Monday night after he got done setting it up, I think Tuesday morning, I started experimenting and trying to do a switch on the back of it to split it up. So I will try to explain kind of how we did this. You will see, so let me flip this around here. Okay, so this is what I have going in. We didn't need to open the cabinet. That's kind of my workaround. Originally, I was just going to get a locksmith and do the key, but I found out we really need to. I could do everything outside of the box or outside of the cabinet. The wiring in the cases that came out was working. So ideally, or not ideally, but essentially what you have to do, you're going to hijack the video output of this cabinet, and you're also going to hijack keyboard and mouse, and that's going to go to your KVM switch. The trick is getting the scanner to work, to continually get the scanner to work for the emissions, so you can zap your registration cards. So that is this dongle. So you got a couple. So here's my KVM switch. Let's see here. All right, there's my KVM switch. I took the display out from the emissions, plugged it in, and then we also have the USB, right? And this is actually part of the emissions machine, so they have a USB dock, and that's where I have the wand plugged in here. And then the DrewTech, that's for the wireless emission system. I have that on a USB that comes out of the emissions machine, so it still works. And then the KVM switch simply wires in what you have coming out of the Windows machine that I added, goes to the switch, and then we have the button. It was actually pretty easy to set up. You're going to need two Ethernet connections, one for the emissions machine still, which is that's what this one is. And then what I did was I just made this wireless. It already had a Wi-Fi antenna, and so that is hitting one of our routers in the shop. It's actually really easy to do. Like I said, that's the only drawback on that display screen. And here's the thing: if you restart the station on the emissions machine, that will come back until you switch over to your other machine. If you have any questions, comments, I wasn't sure how many people would really be interested in this video, but it always frustrated me because I wanted to bring the emissions and the state inspection to one station. I thought the state really missed the ball. If they're going to make us purchase new emission systems, well, why wouldn't you integrate the state system as well? Why wouldn't you just allow Control-Alt, or what is it, Alt-Tab, to switch over? And you could put all the stations and give them that choice to go online for the format. So I just think, again, it's poor planning. The state is, everybody complains about state of Pennsylvania and the Commonwealth or their emissions program. It seems like we can't, those two departments are run completely separate. The emissions and the state inspection. It's a shame that they couldn't just drive everything from one station. But this is how to do it. So again, we'll just we'll flip over, and what's kind of nice is you have another Windows machine in the bay. You allow a lot more. So what we do in this one particular, the techs have access to Identifix and all data and all those things. You gain another machine to be able to look at information and access repairs, and you can also access, you could also put your point of service or your point of sales machine software on this. You could do anything. You get another machine in the shop, basically. I print wirelessly, so the paperwork you have to print off for the state inspection stuff goes to a wireless printer. It doesn't come out at the printer for the emissions machine. I would like to see that happen, but it was kind of, I'm not going to put another printer here. I don't have access to that printer, and I wasn't going to mess with it. There's ways around it, I'm sure. It wasn't that important to me. I just wanted to, get the job done to add state and emission ability to write stickers in one station, essentially. So I hope this helps you for small independent shops, for people who want to get off the book system. I think it's a great opportunity. They charge, I think, pennies for the sticker for, per sticker for the state. It's the same. It's really not that bad a system to use once you get used to it, and kind of go from there. But there's a ton of other software companies out there that do the state inspection, and you can install that. You could do cloud-based services. You could do Wi-Fi based services. You could install the software on that computer. So it really doesn't matter. There's lots of options. That was my biggest thing. It gave me a ton of options. So enjoy. It's just a quick tip. Again, this is how to add the state inspection and the emissions machine all in one. See you later. Bye.